Reynolds back in a hurry. Reynolds to the hole.
Rubio flanks and scores! Down the lane, all the way through.
The throw, the catch, touchdown.
Cavalier Sports Weekly is presented by the Virginia Lottery, where all profits benefit Virginia's public schools grades K through 12. By clean, safe, reliable propane. Propane, exceptional energy. By Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And brought to you in part by the Virginia Athletics Foundation, dedicated to providing scholarship, operational, and facility support for the Virginia Athletics program. On this edition of Cavalier Sports Weekly, presented by the Virginia Lottery.
It was a big part of the decision to come to Virginia is if I could wear number 12.
Welcome to Cavalier Sports Weekly. I'm Jesse Morgan, number 23 on the women's lacrosse team. On today's show, we'll have postseason basketball coverage, great highlights and features, and your Play of the Week.
The Play of the Week is brought to you by SunTrust Mortgage. We make the American dream come true every day.
Reynolds wants the three, spots for the triple. Good! He got it!
And you love to see JR.
By JR for the three, got a look! JR the runner off the window, and JR's throwing everything in. Cavs trying to push tempo. Reynolds the three. Oh my goodness! Why not another one for JR? Reynolds heading right to the rack. Reynolds inside. Reynolds layup, it goes. Gets in the lane, good fake. Goes inside. The layup, God puts a little English on it.
I mean, when you got it going like that, I don't know. But it was a tough shot, so I don't know.
Stay tuned. Virginia game highlights are coming up next.
So JR now looking off the bounce, got by everybody. Feeds inside, layup, Sorare with the right hand.
Welcome back to Cavalier Sports Weekly. Our men's basketball team returned to the NCAA tournament and faced Albany in the first round. Let's get right to the highlights.
The Cavalier game highlights are presented by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
They go inside. Kane bouncing in. Kane going in the lane. Drop step got free. Layup is good by Jason. A good start for the Hoos.
One of the big things I've seen that usually happens is in the beginning of the games, we don't play well and the energy's not there. So I tried to just make sure I was screaming at the bench, letting them know my energy was there and letting everybody know that this is going to be a good day for us.
He's going baseline. Back it in to the box. Inside. Kane finds Tunji. Layup good. Cavs up 6-0.
Well, a little two-man game between the two Cavalier post players.
Singletary had the ball hit. Kane jump shot. 17 good. Kane knocks down a deuce. Lillis back. Singers wants to try again for the three. Off the rim, no good. And the rebound, Diani. Diani leads Singletary. Singletary across the timeline, top of the key. Sean going inside, got free off the window. Count it. Wilson at the wing against Diani. Explodes inside. Fakes, backs in. The fadeaway jump shot is short. Rebound. Singletary gets it away from Willis. Sean right back in traffic, and Sean going right to the hole. Outside from the free throw line, Diani for the three. Oh, Diani good for three.
If we're playing good basketball, we'll get our fair share of looks. Whether we make them a lot depends on how we feel. How we feel depends on what we do on a defensive end. And we've got to come out and establish that right away. And understanding that, again, for 3 or 4 days now, we've been talking about what they're going to do and how they're going to do it and what we needed to do to take some things away. And once we started the game and that happened, it energized us and allowed us to play better offense.
Willis, top of the key, goes to the wing left to Wilson. Wilson against Diani. He penetrates inside. Layup no good. And Lars to the rebound to Reynolds. Reynolds right side and DeBring. Reynolds wants the three. Spots for the triple. Good! He got it!
Well, you love to see JR now. That's his second field goal. So you just want to go down, run the offense, and get good looks on the offensive end.
Adrian Joseph backdoor to Singletary, got cut off, ball loose on the floor, but picked up by JR for the three. Got a look, good!
Another
JR drills the triple.
Yeah, Virginia was really fortunate there. They made a bad pass. Any team that can shoot threes as well as Albany, you really cannot have a comfortable lead.
Reynolds wants the three! Splash!
I would say JR is feeling just fine.
Against Mamadi Diani. Entry going low. They post Carl Ross. Ross inside. Ball blocked. Rebound. Singletary out of a crowd.
Yeah, good defensive play by Lars Mikalauskas. He got a piece of the shot.
JR the runner off the
goodness.
window, and JR is throwing everything in. That time from Singletary, the runner right side. Reynolds makes it 26-9.
JR may be having one of those days. He's perfect from the field, 5 of 5.
Carl Ross to handle at the wing left, trying to post low. Siggers the fadeaway, good. Siggers got good position to the lane left to knock it down. 26-11. Cavs trying to push tempo. Reynolds the three. Oh my goodness! Why not another one for JR?
Timeout, Albany.
JR Reynolds is absolutely white hot.
I love when JR gets it going because it makes my job a lot easier. You know, I can just run the ball up, full speed, and commit a couple guys to me, and then pass off to him. And all he got to do is knock down the jump shot. And he did that real well today. And he also got in the lane and created for us today. And everybody had a real good game.
This week in practice, this is a big part of, what happened out there today. Just to get back into a rhythm and getting out there playing 5-on-5 with the guys, because I haven't played in a month, so it was very good to get back out and practice this week.
Jamar, the guard, lowers the shoulder inside, forces it, no good. Rebound, Mikalauskas out of a crowd, gets it to J.R. Reynolds. Reynolds heading right to the rack. Reynolds inside, Reynolds layup, it goes. Reynolds going left hand to the box. It's 31-11. J.R. has got 18 of the 31 at 8:25. Reynolds spins, Joseph top of the key, feeds the post. Tunji the catch, the layup good. So Rory with a right hand on a feed. Cavs up 19.
With everything that we do, it's a total team effort. And we really concentrated this week defensively at taking what in my estimation is a great player in Jamal Wilson, and trying to concentrate more than one guy on him and disrupt the rhythm of their offense. And I thought, all of our big guys stepping out, Jason, Tunji, Lars, the freshmen off the bench, Will and Jamil really did a good job of clogging the lane and making life tough on him and the rest of the guys. And overall, I'm very, very pleased with what we did today.
Cavs have numbers 3-on-2. Singletary kicks to JR at the wing for the three. Book it.
Oh, this game is fun when you're winning, I'll say that.
Lillis is there, goes inside, jumper no good. Rebound inside, Albany, ball blocked from behind. Mikalauskas comes out of the crowd. He wants it more and rips it away from Gifford. Here comes Singletary in transition. Singletary, the drop step, the layup, pretty play. Singletary with a little razzle dazzle. Kane to Singletary with 15 to shoot. We approach the 5-minute mark. Singletary with the three, the jumper, book it. Wow, good looking jumper by Sean. 73-53. Singletary off the bounce, splits the defense, draws it, and one. Gets the English off the window.
We could have beat a lot of teams today because our energy was just so great. Throughout the game, and we sustained it for 40 minutes. Unlike we did early in the season when we were let up on teams, but we really didn't let up today. And in the second half, when they started trying to make a run, we just answered it back. JR hit a big shot, I hit a big shot, and we got a couple big rebounds and a couple big stops. And that's what we did today. We out hustled them today, and we just out energized them today. Right now, we're probably tighter now than we've been all season, and it just shows in the way we play.
A lot of college athletes choose the number they wore in high school, or they pick one from one of their heroes. Drew Thompson, number 12 on the men's lacrosse team, had a special reason to select his number. To find out why, let's meet your Student Athlete of the Week.
The Student Athlete of the Week is presented by the Virginia Lottery. In 2006, the Virginia Lottery contributed a record $454 million to public schools throughout the Commonwealth.
Drew just wanted to honor his friend Lewis, and that was Lewis's number.
Me and Lewis Lewis met in the 2nd grade through lacrosse. He moved from Elmont, another town in Long Island, to Northport, and he had signed up for the youth lacrosse program in Northport, and we met through that. And his dad helped my dad. He's an assistant coach, and we just basically met through lacrosse and made our friendship into what it was.
2 peas in a pod. They really were. They really were best friends, and they, you know, the weekends was consumed with what they were doing together. It wasn't a separate kind of thing. They always did something together. You know, they did sports together. They did everything together. They only slept overnight at each other's houses, nobody else's. They were very close, and you know, from a very young age, and stayed that way.
From the moment they met, they were very close. One unusual thing about it was they never went to the same school, and really the only time they really could spend a lot of time with each other was on the weekends, and on the weekends that was the way it worked. Lewis and Drew together.
It just always seemed like, you know, I was always included in their family. You know, summer vacations, they had a summer house that we used to go out there all the time in the summer, and snowboarding trips in the winter, and it was like I was part of their family.
March 25th, it was the first game of Lewis's high school career. Early in the 2nd quarter, a boy from West Islip took a very routine shot, a couple of steps in front of the restaining line. It was an overhand shot. It was not a hard shot, but Lewis was screened. And he moved to his left to get in front of the ball, and his stick didn't get there in time, but he blocked it with his chest. The ball fell in front of Lewis, and he picked it up, started to accelerate out of the cage, and just collapsed. Lewis was in sudden cardiac arrest the millisecond that ball hit him in the chest. And he never regained consciousness, and by the time EMS showed up and defibrillated Lewis, it was too late. So he passed away on the field that morning.
We were in disbelief. We just all got together and got in the car, and I kept telling the boys, I don't believe it, I don't believe it's true. And that when we were driving to the hospital, we still didn't feel that Lewis had passed away until we got to the hospital.
I remember sitting on my couch in my living room just like in total shock. I mean, it just didn't really seem real for a while. I mean, it's just one of those things that it comes out of nowhere and just totally catches you by surprise, and you really don't know what to think until some time goes on. You can kind of reflect on it.
They decided at the Northport High School that they wanted to retire number 12, and Drew came to Karen and I and said, I'd like to wear number 12 this year, and I couldn't think of a better honor for Lewis.
The following year, not that spring, the next year later, we were leaving to go upstate to play in the state championship, and we brought the bus, and we actually didn't know that we were going to the cemetery before, and the bus just drove there, and we all walked up to Lewis's grave and kind of told him, get on the bus, you're coming with us, this one's for you, and we went up there and we actually won the state championship, and we made a pact to him that we were going to win it for him.
After that game, when they won that state championship, they brought out the trophy, and that team had a banner that they carried all year along with them. It said, LA 12 won in spirit. And I think it was more important for the team to run to the side and unhook that banner from the fence and hold that than it was for them to hold that state championship trophy. It was amazing.
When Lewis passed away, we had found out that had an automatic external defibrillator, an AED, been available on the field, and Lewis would have been defibrillated, he probably would be alive today. And we started the foundation, and we went on a mission to educate people about what happened to Lewis and what a defibrillator was and how that could have saved Lewis had it been on the field.
I think that the count is now 30 lives have been saved since Lewis's foundation has started, and from a direct correspondence to what the foundation does and the awareness that they put out, and Lewis's law with mandating that all public high schools in New York State have to have a defibrillator program. And I think that just Lewis's life, he's saved so many other lives. It was a big part of the decision to come to Virginia is if I could wear number 12. When I was getting recruited by different colleges, I'd ask during the recruiting process if number 12 was available when I'd be coming as a freshman. And luckily, Billy Gladding, Danny's older brother, graduated the senior year before I came, and I was able to take over as number 12 at Virginia. His dad always tells me that he's on my shoulder, when I'm playing lacrosse, and kind of when I usually put on my jersey, I kind of just think about Lewis real quick, and I know he's there, and know that I'm kind of playing lacrosse for myself and him as well, and everything that we're able to accomplish at Virginia, and what I've accomplished in my lacrosse career is kind of for him too.
With 19 goals and 11 assists through 6 games, Ben Rubior is off to a hot start for men's lacrosse. He's the ACC Player of the Week and the focus of this week's Who's Heating Up?
Who's Heating Up is brought to you by Propane, exceptional energy.
It comes as a surprise. Obviously, I'm happy about it, but more importantly, we've had some big wins over the spring break.
Cavaliers with Rubior. Rubior circling across the top of the crease. Now comes back left, fires and scores.
It was a good week personally, and an even better week for the team. We were glad to come out of spring break undefeated.
Rubior spins and scores right off the restart. Ben Rubior takes it left pipe and beats Alex Hewitt. The Cavaliers lead 7-6 with 25 seconds to play.
I think this whole team has a chip on its shoulder. I think we've all heard that we've lost a lot of talent from last year, but I think that's an encouragement. I think every one of our players here comes to have the pressure to step up every year, to make their game better, to continue to improve, and I think we've done that throughout the season.
Coming up after the break.
Works left pipe, then Rubior spins and fires it right by Antol.
Welcome back to the show. This past week, men's lacrosse hosted 16th ranked Towson, and women's tennis took on Virginia Tech in the Commonwealth Challenge. Let's get to the highlights in our Olympic Sports Spotlight.
The Olympic Sports Spotlight is presented by the Virginia Athletics Foundation.
Now operating from the top, this is Hagel in the midi, slips on the dodge outside the restraining line, goes planting into the turf, and it's picked up by the Cavaliers, and Virginia will run to the other side. Shaw gives up, and the shot and a score for Virginia. Virginia has it, got a pass on top. Rubior got a great look and a great save by Antol. Now it's free. Rubior gets it again and shoots one right by Antol.
I mean, I think since the very beginning, he's been our leader at the offensive end, and we need him to play like that.
Goal line right, Rubior. Rubior gets inside, tries the bounce shot, no good, but picked up across the way by Gladding. Now out to Billings. He goes with a low hip-high crank and shoots it right by Antol.
I thought we came out in the second half focused and ready to play, and we got it done.
Hughley up the left pot, feeds out front Riley. Riley cracks and scores. He shot a laser right by Antol.
Just says a little something about us that we can win on a day when we're not playing our best lacrosse. This was a scary game and a quality win, no question about it.
One of the main focuses our coach had was to keep our head in the game and to not let all the outside factors affect us and get us to lose our focus. And I think we all did that very well. We all worked very, very hard this week. We came up with new doubles lineups, and we figured those out early on in the week so that we could come out, knew what we were going to be doing, and we knew our partners so we could feel comfortable when we got out there. There was a lot of pressure on this match. We knew that this was a match that we had to win. I think it's always great to come out and beat such a big rival, which Virginia Tech always is in every single sport that we play, and the fact that we did clinch the Commonwealth Challenge, it's extremely exciting.
Newport with a big lead at first.
It's a down. Double play. That is lifted high and deep. Henry is gone. Oh, my goodness. Tim Henry. Scaglione to third. And that is lifted high to center field. Bernie is going back. Runner. Oh, he missed it. He misjudged it. That's line, and that's going to be in the gap. That's going to be extra bases. One run is in. Another run is in. It is now 5-2 Virginia.
In other Cavalier sports action this week,
Thanks for watching Cavalier Sports Weekly. We'll see you again next week with highlights from lacrosse, baseball, and basketball, and more great features and stories. I'm Jesse Morgan, and until then, go Hoos.
Cavalier Sports Weekly is presented by the Virginia Lottery, where all profits benefit Virginia's public schools grades K through 12. By clean, safe, reliable propane. Propane, exceptional energy. By Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And brought to you in part by the Virginia Athletics Foundation, dedicated to providing scholarship, operational, and facility support for the Virginia Athletics program.